Big day. It's good to see that we've got a bit of a crypto bounce. It's a small one, but it's better than breaking some key support lines. So we're going to get into that. Of course, we're going to be covering crypto trading strategies in the face of volatility. So that's where we're going to be coming today. Now, that's going to be halfway through our live stream. So that's going to be a little sneak preview of some of new offerings that are going to come up here on the Crypto Night Show. And of course, on other YouTube channels that we're streaming to at the moment, Superman Crypto, Pulse Chain X, and of course, we've got a fourth big channel coming up as well soon that's going to be added in the mix. That's going to move us to about 14,000 subscribers. So a big shout out to everybody there. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, hit the bell. We've got a lot of different products coming on this show, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, if you want to get into our Discord, links are in the video description. $5 a month at the moment for the Crypto Night Show Discord, and of course $35 a month for the Strategy Club. We're putting intel into there every day. In fact, I got an update going in there today, one that I was supposed to do yesterday, but it's going in today. And of course, we also got a special one-on-one with Superman, talking about crypto and personal finance and things like that. So you can definitely hit that up. That's $99 at the moment for a month for 45-minute session. Get into that, and we've got a new offering coming up soon, which is going to be absolutely awesome. So currently building that out at the moment. It's going to be a lot of fun as we expand the Crypto Night Show offering. Obviously, we're spreading out from crypto. We're covering politics, sports, and other things as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy the variety of content. All right, don't get in the chat there and get your comments in as well. Without further ado, let's kick into it and get into some of the latest things with the stock market for Tuesday's results. You're right. And we also know we got the president, I think, is speaking in Congress in the next few hours and talking about the American dream. It's going to be the American dream. So it's going to be real positive there from President Trump, who I think has been absolutely crushing it the last 5 weeks. Just incredible performance. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we're going to get into, let me see here. We're going to get into the stock market here. So S&P 500 ends lower as rebound fades ahead of Trump's speech. So there was a kind of intraday rebound, and that ended up fading a little bit there. You can kind of see that in the day there. It was sliding down 43. It was, so and so. Let's have a look at the week, actually. The week there, you can see we're way up. 44,000. Now we're way down at 42,800. 42,500. So the Dow Jones went down 1.5% overnight on Tuesday. 670 points down to 42,520. S&P 500 went down 1.2% at 71 points to 5,778. The Nasdaq went down a third of a percent, 65 points to 18,285. So a bit of a rough week there for the old markets. If we look at the Nasdaq chart, you can see it's just been a slide down there, and we started off, pretty much around 19,300. We've lost 1,000 points in the week, so quite a decent little correction there. Volatility. Pretty tough stuff there. Now, obviously, we had some interesting news around NVIDIA. Obviously, AI is a big theme, and of course, NVIDIA is leading by a country mile, really. AI design for AI chips. So NVIDIA Corporation gave up some of the gains to close to 1.7% higher. Gave some gains higher as the dip buying in tech faded. And of course, that is where it's going. So NVIDIA is very important. Citi backed NVIDIA on Tuesday, suggesting that NVIDIA investment merits remain intact despite a 13% decline in the stock price following recent earnings. And of course, we had more from Trump. President Donald Trump there threatened to retaliate to Canada. We got Trudeau over there trying to be tough, retaliate to the presidential's 25% import duties on imported Canadian goods that went into effect on Tuesday. And of course, that's where we got our big market pullback after we having our big rally on the Bitcoin reserve. Please explain to the Governor Trudeau of Canada that when he puts on retaliatory tariffs on the US, our reciprocal tariffs will immediately increase by the like amount. So that's what Trump said on Truth Social. And of course, earlier, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said Ottawa would respond to Trump's tariffs by introducing its own 25% levy on roughly $20 billion of US goods. The tariff threats come as 25% on imported goods from Mexico and an additional 10% tariffs on Chinese goods imported to the US also went into effect on Tuesday. In response, China's finance ministry said it will impose tariffs of 15% on chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton imports to the US, while soya beans, sorghum, pork, beef, fruits, and vegetables, aquatic products, and dairy will face 10% tariff there. So the tariff war has started to ramp up there. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum said Tuesday that there is no justification for the new levies on imports from her country, adding she will announce retaliatory tariffs this weekend. So remember, retaliatory tariff policies ratchet things up. But as we know, that Trump's trying to reorder the world using tariffs, and in some cases actually bring back manufacturing. We've already seen that pretty big with AI investment, and of course semiconductors in particular, plus a few other types of investments, I think, around agriculture, giving a total of about 1.7 trillion even within about 5 weeks, which is outstanding. Compared that to Biden, that may have done around about a trillion at best over 4 years. So Trump there ramping that up. And compare 1.7 trillion versus the US economy, which is running at about 27.8 trillion in income, and with the government accounts sitting around about 7.7 trillion. And of course, a lot of Americans don't even realize that in that government budget deficit, that which is $2 trillion now, 1 trillion goes to service debt. And who holds a lot of the debt? Well, about $800 to $900 billion is owned by China, and so Americans are actually paying China to develop their military and everything else. So there is a real irony, and this is where people need to be informed, right, so that they understand what's going on there. And out of that $2 trillion, of course, we've got Dodge out there at the moment trying to save a lot of costs. And if they're trying to save $1 trillion, so if you save $1 trillion off a $2 trillion deficit, you get down to $1 trillion, and that's equivalent to the debt that's debt servicing that's been owed. $1 trillion in debt servicing. It's mind blowing. And of course, that's about $120 billion or more bigger than the US military budget, which is the biggest in the world, right? So it's about $880 billion. So this is some insane numbers, right? Some insane numbers that people Trump's trying to deal with. That is what he's trying to deal with. Democrats, on the other hand, they think it's all a big joke. They think they're going to spend everything to spend the American into a third world poverty. Honestly, decade after decade, a decline in the US. That's what they want, a managed decline. And of course, it's just crazy, right? They get more power. They hand it over to the globalists, and Americans suffer, right? But Trump's like, no. American dreams back on. We're going to be going to greatness. We've got a great asset base, and we're going to move forward. So I really love, Trump. They're saving the West. Not just America, but saving the West is going to be pretty critical. The current S&P 500 earnings estimate might not fully account for the potential risks associated to these tariffs. So we're going to see more volatility built into there, said Citi strategist. Well, if a robust fourth quarter performance set a positive tone for 2025, the strategies caution that the consensus estimates may not have been embedded into the impact of tariff policies. Citi anticipates some downward revisions of the consensus 2025 earning estimates for stock market, traditionally bottoming out in mid-April. All told, we suspect most analysts, including us, are on a wait-and-see mode. That is, we can do sensitivity analysis, but likely require more granularity there before building policy effects into base case assumptions. So that's some of the stuff there as well. Now, moving into the Trump speech today, Trump is expected to deliver his first address to Congress, and as I understand, it's going to be from the White House, going to be very positive about the American dream and getting America back on track, which I love that. The president is expected to lay out the thinking behind his domestic and foreign policy and that theme, right? So that's kind of where we are at the moment. And we do also see on the Ukraine front, looks like Zelensky's starting to say the right things, realizing that Trump holds all the cards and that only peace can be done through Trump. And of course, with the Russians here. Now, on that set, I posted a few videos overnight. One from the Russian foreign minister about their view on the rationale for the invasion of Ukraine, and of course, also his thoughts on Trump and Zelensky. So that's you can check that video out as well. I also posted a video of the Chinese foreign ministry and their response to some of the comments from the Rubio, the Secretary of State in the US, and also around Trump's tariffs. So check those videos out as well. They're kind of pretty interesting stuff. All right, it's always good to get perspective from the other countries, so you have a balanced view and informed view, and you can reconcile a lot of different facts and figures out there. All right, so that is where we are with the stock market. Now, moving to crypto. Fortunately, crypto is a bit better. Fortunately, crypto is a bit better than than stock market. Yay! At least we got a bit of a rebound, but it was brutal. It was brutal yesterday. Brutal. We say brutal. All right, so that's crypto for you. 20 to 30 days in the year is typically when you make your money and lose your money. That's a very important thing to remember. And our Bitcoin at the moment, $87,636. I mean, it's not too bad, is it? I mean, it's not $108,000, but it's not 40 or 30,000, right? So still holding up pretty well there. Up 1.5%. And what's the dominance? About 59.2% on Bitcoin dominance. And Ethereum there, which is up again. Ethereum there, 2,177, up 1%. Definitely the weaker performer. There's no doubt about that. The fact that we're down at 2,177 is kind of remarkable. XRP is $2.46, up 3%. BNB is up 1.25% there, $584. Solana up 1.5%, $145. Tron up 4.6% at 24 cents. And it looks like the bigger mover at the moment is ADA, up 9%, back to 93 cents there. And Litecoin is down 6% at $102. Su Chain is down 3.4% at $254. So those are your leaders at the moment. So actually a pretty nice little soft bounce. We call it a little small bounce. So we'll take that. We'll take that because we don't really want Ethereum to break 2,000. And of course, this is around the mark that I had. Remember, 2,150. So it's around that. And we're going to check that out on the Bitcoin chart. So let's go do that. Before we do that, though, let's check out a few comments in the chat. We've got a couple of people jumped in here. Good to see Wookie in the house. Hey, Wookie, hope you're doing well. Wookie is doing maintenance for mummies. That sounds very domestic and very supportive as well. Nice one, Wookie. We got Brian in the house. So, folks, Brian is our community leader, by the way, on YouTube and in Discord. So, big shout out to Brian, crushing it as always. Big shout out there. We may have a new community leader too coming in as well. So, stay tuned for that. Steak Hex is in the house there. Superman's new show is the bomb. Tell everybody. Yeah, definitely spread the word out. Hey, we're trying to ramp up the different things on here, so definitely do that. That'd be much appreciated. I don't know what happened here to my what happened here to this. Let's see what's happened there. Have we got that back on? No, I got that back on. No, we got that back on. There we go. That's. I was wondering what happened there. I must have clicked something on the way out. What else we got? Wookie says, "What was it, Super?" I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Wookie. I just don't remember what I was talking about. Hexavator says, "Hey gang, good to see Hexavator in the house." Now Hexavator's from the USA, and he knows exactly all the stuff I'm talking about that's going on. He is very informed. So big shout out to you, Hexavator, out there. Building infrastructure in the United States, playing a big deal. He's going to have so much work under President Trump. It's going to be crazy. He might have to clone himself, which may be possible under AI robotics. You put a bit of DNA in there. All right, so that is it on there. So let's get into it. We're going to jump over to our other preview. Yeah, let's go, shall we? We're gonna warp. Bam. Cool. There we go. Oh boy. All right, so we got the Bitcoin chart. Thanks. Big shout out to Brian out there, by the way. We got the Bitcoin. He knows what I'm talking about. We got the Bitcoin chart there. That's the volatility. Look at that crazy stuff, man. Up and down, up and down, up and down, and then down, and then up, and then down again. It is crazy stuff, right? It's crazy stuff. So we were on the 21st of February. We actually retraced in the market over 1 week. We retraced 21% in a week on the downside. Crazy, right? And that went through to the 28th of February. From the 28th of February, we then rebounded 21.6%. 21% down, 21% up. It's a tough place to be in crypto, but it's the best performing markets in the world, right? So that's why people are there, and it gives a lot of freedom and innovation. Then, of course, after that, we came down. We came down. We came down 14%. And, of course, now, finally, our last move today is actually a soft bounce, and we're back up almost 8%. So we'll take that. But, man, it is pretty aggressive. Now, we're still expecting the rally this year. We do have concerns around potential recessions in the United States, given what Biden did to the U.S. economy and what the central bank was doing with very aggressive. I mean, it was the fastest, most aggressive rate rise in interest rate history there in the United States. So we do have some issues there. I'm not gonna paint it all red and green. Oh, sorry, already all roses, I meant to say. But we're definitely still expecting the crypto rally into 25 and 26. Yes, 26 indeed, because I'm still pretty bullish about where Trump's heading with all these investments. Now, it's very important that he gets his tax cut deals in May, June would be really ideal, but July the 4th at the latest. And also continue on with the Dodge, cutting down that expenditure, that wasteful expenditure in the U.S. Federal budget, and of course getting a lot of the oil and gas plans ramped up and investments as well. So far, so good. So everything is heading up very nicely there, but he has to get all that stuff done to avoid, at least a serious recession, maybe a soft recession at the most, before really taking off for the golden era of Trump's 4 years, right? So that's kind of where we're at the moment. So at the moment on the 200-day, we're above the 200-day on Bitcoin. So that's really positive, just 85,700. But we are obviously still well below the 50-day, which is at 94,600 in yellow. And of course, we have got a very super duper golden ratio, golden cross, playing out here at the moment, and we're expecting it to continue on. Still, the target for 25 is, or at least March, and maybe even the end of March, maybe April, is 150K. That's definitely plausible on the market. The other thing is that we've got mid-March definitely looking very positive, and nice call there from our TA guru as well. So Brennan, we're talking about Brennan there. I was about to say Wookie, but I'll get in trouble for that. All right, so that's where we are at the moment. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, of course, the weaker of the two for sure. Needs Bitcoin to really rally to get back moving up here. But of course, we do see that Trump has included ETH into its strategic Bitcoin reserve. And of course, also we see the Trump Foundation buying ETH as well. So that's been pretty interesting. I'm sure ETH will have its day in the sun, but it's definitely weaker and more volatile than Bitcoin, and it's at 2171, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. This is down where I said we'd get some support because we previously had lots of resistance here, and you see that's where we broke out in our last rally. So we're back down to where we started before we really broke out really high here, because that's just where we are. So hopefully we hold that, because we don't really want to break that. I guess if we do break that, we might get down to 1900. Then 1900, we might go to 1700, and then down to 1500. So that's kind of we don't really want to do that. We want to try and stay over 2000 as much as possible. And of course, that's where we are at the moment now. Just having a look at the wick at the moment. We did get to a low of 1991. So that was the low today. So we did breach 2000 for a little blip, but we are back over, and we want the close, right? The close to be above the 2000. So far, so good. As well. So that's kind of Ethereum. Good time to pick up some Ethereum, right? And that's going to lead us into that volatility is going to lead us in that little bounce in crypto today after that big bloodbath is going to lead us into talking about the strategies here. So we're going to go back to this view here. Hexavada says Wookiees calls the spot. He does indeed. All right, so let's get into it. Crypto trading strategies in the face of volatility. Now, I have a new product offering coming out soon. This is just a little teaser of one part. In fact, this is actually the second thing coming out, but I'm working on something else before this. But this is just a little teaser of some of the things that we'll be doing. But this one here won't have any graphics or anything, but it is definitely going to be pretty cool. Wookie says you would be more right to say Wookie, though, super, than saying Brennan. Yeah. Well, you guys can discuss that in the Discord. Anyway, we've got crypto trading strategies in the face of volatility. So obviously, volatility is a big concern, especially if you haven't been in crypto very long. Give you a bit of a heart attack, right? If you're used to like stock market investing or even more conservative term deposits or something like that, then you got to be able to keep calm. Got it. Number one rule in crypto: keep your emotions calm and cool and collected. Not always easy because it's easy to get carried away with things, but you just keep reminding yourself to focus on staying calm and cool and expecting a bit of volatility there. But here it is. We're going to look at some crypto trading strategies in the face of volatility. So let's get into it. Navigating the wild swings of the crypto market, as we would say. While cryptocurrency markets are a roller coaster, volatility is the name of the game. And remember that, because it is the most volatile market, but it's the best performing market. And of course, you might get 2-3% in the bank, but you could do that in an hour on crypto. You could do it in an hour, right? You could also lose 2 or 3% in an hour on crypto as well. How do you trade smart when price swings are 10% in a day? Well, we saw crypto, Bitcoin recently, within a week down 20%, 21, 22%. then back up 21, 22%, then down another 14%, and then up 8%. It's pretty crazy stuff, right? Why volatility matters, though, you can take advantage of volatility, right? So, like I say, 20, 30 days in the year, it's when prices go up and down dramatically, and that's when you can make and lose money pretty crazy too. So getting better at risk management and taking opportunity of volatility to make profit, very important aspects there. Crypto markets are known for extreme price fluctuations. Bitcoin's 20% plus drops or surges. Volatility, of course, equals risk, but it also equals opportunity. So risk plus opportunity, definitely it can add a lot to you, but that is what volatility adds for sure. So volatility is not necessarily bad, right? There is risk, but there's opportunity there. We're going to explore 4 proven strategies to manage risk and capitalize on market swings. So you can pause the video and take note of this, but we will be offering some new products coming up as well. Now, a cool quote here from Sun Tzu, the famous Chinese war genius. In the middle of chaos lies opportunity. In the middle of chaos lies opportunity. So there we go. It's not all bad, is it? Now, this is annualized BTC volatility. This is not a daily a volatility, which is normally around probably about 5%. But this is annualized, and we can see that we move around quite a bit. So in the middle here is like 49%, but at the top end at the moment, where we are at the moment, it's like 60% in volatility annualized. So you can sort of see can be pretty crazy. We just came off being quite low. We were probably down at about 30% annualized volatility, and now we're up at 60%. So you can see the troughs, the peaks and troughs in here are huge, between almost 25% all the way up to 80% in volatility in the last year. This is with 30 days. So crazy stuff. Annualized Bitcoin volatility with a 30-day view. It is crazy numbers. So just goes to show you we're in pretty volatile markets, and so you do need to think about trading strategies. You do need to think about risk management as well. So top strategies to thrive in the crypto volatility. This is number 1 or 2. We've got hodling with a twist. Hodling with a twist is strategy number 1. And of course, what is it? You can buy and hold strong assets. Could be BTC, ETH, and through dips. Of course, we've seen those pull back dramatically, 14, 15% or more. So even the majors there like BTC and ETH can move around a lot. So hodling with the twist, it means you got to hold on to your hat. Now the twist here is set stop loss orders to limit downside risk during crashes. We see a lot of that happening, right? People set stop losses, but sometimes market makers and the market itself, once it starts cascading on itself, will hit limit orders after limit orders. In other words, lower prices. So if you hit a lower price, say, I want to sell at that price, whatever the cost, because I want to protect my asset value. That will get hit as in the market. And we've seen that time and time again. And then you see the next level down is even worse, right? So that's very important there to set stop losses. Very good risk management tool as well. But they do get targeted as well, because people can sort of see them on the chart and know where they are, right? So when is this? This is best for long-term believers who can stomach short-term losses. And there's a lot of people in crypto like that, right? There's a lot of people with a long-term investor type of attitude. So hodling with a twist kind of fix that investor, as opposed to a trader that's trying to play more short-term gains and get the pump and dump and things like that. Number 2, dollar cost averaging, DCA. Now, you've probably heard this a lot. Dollar cost averaging can be a very good strategy as well. But you also need to look at the trends in the charts as well to see if this is most appropriate. So what is it? Invest a fixed amount regularly, like $100 weekly. Could be $1,000, could be $10,000, just up to your budget, really, regardless of the price. You don't care about the price. You're just averaging in. Now, to do this, you got to know that project is a good project. So you're thinking about, you got to have good experience, good understanding of the tokenomics and what's going on in the market, and what the future roadmap, things like that. You got to look at the fundamentals as well as the TA in the chart, the technical analysis of the chart. And so you need to be able to know where you're in the right trend. You do have to have a good project. You do have to be in a good trend. Now, you're at the bottom of that trend. Where are you buying at? So DCA doesn't work in every circumstances. So you don't want to be buying at the top of the market on a bad project. You're just going to lose it all, and your DCA will just get you wrecked, right? So you do have to think about other aspects there as well. But DCA is a good way of accumulating a good asset that may be down in the cycle, but probably going to do pretty well in the future, like some of the majors, for example, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. Why? It reduces the impact of volatility by averaging entry prices. And of course, that gives you a lower cost when ideal for beginners or during uncertain markets there. So it's ideal for beginners or during uncertain market trends. But once again, you still have to know that project's pretty good. So a good probability of that. So there's some of the things there. And let's move on to the next one there. Swing trading, number 3. Now, obviously, this is really for short-term speculative traders. There's quite a hardcore trading strategy there. And swing trading typically means trading over a few days. So what is it? Capitalize on short-term price swings. Buy low, sell high. So at the moment, we've got the market bounce back. So some people help push that back up because they're bought in at the bottom of maybe $1,990 for Ethereum, for example, and that's managed to bounce back to 2150, right? So they made a decent little yield there. So that's sort of the swing trade. It's kind of could be daily trading as well. Day trading is like within the day, or intraday trading in the day there. And swing trading can be up to several days, even a few weeks on swing trading. So how do you do it? You have to use technical analysis, things like RSI, support resistance levels, and trends. You need to know those pretty well to do that. And so that's why you should study a lot of TA or technical analysis tools to be able to help you to swing trade properly if you are going to swing trade within the day, intraday trading, or a couple of days, or over a few weeks there as well. When does it work? It works in choppy, volatile markets with clear patterns. You still need a clear pattern to make that work for you. So just remember that. And number 4, hedging with stablecoins. Now, this is a popular one, particularly for risk management and protecting your portfolio value, especially after you've been in a run. Hedging with stablecoins or futures can be done. So typically stablecoins there. What protect gains by moving funds to stablecoins? For example, USDT, USDC, or DAI. And of course, as you guys know, on Pulse Chain, we have USDL and PXDC and things like that, CST for Coast. And hopefully we're going to have a number one algorithmic coin there, PUSD ALGO, once Jacob is able to launch that following the Signum Oracle, which we're expecting. It's still being delayed though. All right, so why limits losses during sudden drops with that? So if you're protecting your bags with stable coins because they don't move in value. When used during bearish signals or high uncertainty. So people could be using that in the last couple of days, for example, as well. Getting ready for maybe a better position. They can buy back more of what they sold if the price it goes down further, and they can get a bigger bag. And if it's a good project, they'll be able to ride back up again when the market recovers. So that's kind of the key ones there. So that is a quick summary of the top strategies to thrive in crypto volatility. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and just a little bit of a teaser of some of the stuff that's coming up on this channel. So go for gold on that. All right, so let's get over to Pulse Chain, and we're going to have a look at the results over there. So we've got day 662. We've got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0392, just down 0.4%, so holding up pretty well. We've got PulseX there is at quadruple 0384. That is down 0.9%. The buy and burn is at 1,297 billion. We're sitting at 6.52% of the public supply of PulseX is now bought up and burned. INC is at $2.48. The ratio to Pulse is 63,140. So it's holding up pretty well. That price is down though, still down 1.5%. The inflation there is obviously 20x short. It's been cut by 20x. So it's only 5% of what it used to be. And we've got 55 million tokens in existence there. So it's only going to inflate very slowly from now on. Hex at the moment is 1.14 cents, down 4.3%. So Hex is the bigger loser today. EHEX at 3,600 per penny. It looks pretty strong still. The combined price EHEX and PX is at 1.5 cents. Let's go to the gas prices on Pulse Chain. We've got 12.2 million beats at the moment. So super spike at the moment. 20 cents to do a PulseX swap. And that's probably being caused by Finvestor and other projects. We're at 4.5 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. Ethereum's at 1 Gwei, so it's pretty expensive on Pulse Chain right now. 20 cents at the PulseX swap. You can just leave it a few hours and it might drop down. That's probably where the case is. Now, validators at the moment, 47,377. So that's been slowly creeping up over the last few days, isn't it? That's a sign of confidence, especially after Richard Hart won the SEC case, which is really, he's the first one out of a big long list to actually get a dismissal. So well done to Richard Hart and his dream team there. So we've got the bridge there. The bridge at the moment, 110.5 million. So it's up about 4 million or something from what we saw. So a nice little rebounds there. We were down at like 106, weren't we? Yesterday, I think it was. We're at 110.5 now. So that's up about 4 million or so. Kind of cool to see that. So that is the old results there. In terms of volume, we've got 43.1 million volume, so it's decent. And of course, where we ranked at the moment, we're ranked at number 5 on Dex Screener amongst the blockchains. And we've got 290,000 transactions in the last 24 hours. And of course, what are the best performers at the moment? Finvestor. We're talking about that. So let's move over. Let's move over and talk about Finvestor here. Bam. And Finvestor is at the top. $56. Crazy, right? Let's have a look at some of this volume. Let's go to Finvestor and V2 and have a look at this. And look at that, got massively pumped today. Look at that, big volume came in, and we're bounced pretty much off $34 up to $56. So if you're in Finvestor, congratulations. And of course, you're earning Finvestor tokens, I think it's right, if I remember rightly. So very cool. Good results there, right? Hexavator says buy the dip. Buy the dip, yeah. Buy the dip of the dip. That's true. Wookie says, but always keep some for the dip of dips. That's true. And it's good having some crypto on the side or stablecoins on the side. All right, so that is pretty amazing there from Finvestor. And of course, we covered this ecosystem with one of our community members in Discord, MV, and he's did a great job on the live stream there. Other ones related to the whole ecosystem of dominance, up 22%. Remember is up 15%. It's also related to the Finvestor ecosystem. Remember, it's a whole ton of tokens, and they're using some sort of arbitrage with imbalances, creating imbalances to make big mad gains, and then airdropping people Pulse and other tokens inside their wallet, right? It's a pretty neat little structure there, as long as you keep that volume going up. Now, apparently it's been inspired by James Maria, and of course, using that some of this cool tokenomics we saw in Atropa. Now, we've also got some cool stuff coming from Randy Alasky, big influence in the Pulse chain space, and of course, Note token there up 17%. And I understand that also Randy is a founding supporter to some degree of the Signum Oracle, apparently. So I found that out yesterday. That's pretty interesting. So that's up 17%. So I'll check that out with the Signum founder. That's what Randy was indicating there. So pretty awesome that he's helping with infrastructure on Pulse Chain. I love that. What else we got there? PLS Poppy is up 11.6%. 9mm, our second biggest DEX outside PH Universe, I think, is up 227,000. And we got BBC, the big bonus coin there on 9mm, is up 8% as well. So nice little rebound there for 9mm. Let's have a little look at that chart, because it's been a while since we looked at our DEXs. So let's have a look at this chart. I'm going to get rid of that sidebar. And this is our chart here. Actually, it's recovered quite a bit of value. So it still hasn't run away in value. You would argue it's 3.9 million market cap. But it's decent that it's getting back to a decent solid 4 cents, let's say. So let's see where that goes from here. All right, so what else is there? And that's Hexy Bastard, right? 9mm, yeah, Hexy Bastard. 9-inch, yeah, 9mm. No, 9-inch. 9-inch is Hexy Bastard, isn't it? Yeah, 9-inch, not 9mm. So that's a different project team. What else we got going? We got Teddy Bear up 5%, not bad. UFO is up 3%. Pika up 3%. So we've got a few others there in the mix on the old Pulse chain. Now, the other one, of course, we're going to talk about is Mafia Game, the number one GameFi NFT marketplace and the only metaverse on Pulse Chain. That is ramping up towards launch as well. We're actually pretty much starting to get into the gaming aspect of it because we've got a major update here. Now, it's only 2,000 Mafia to play this game, so you can buy that and, of course, start playing a game, and get into that. Now, the launch phase has got open for business and pre-ranking. Those pretty much working together almost. Pre-ranking's coming up very soon. And I want to talk about pre-ranking because it's getting almost there, right? We haven't done an update on Mafia for a few days just because we're waiting for the software development to be made. But we've actually, this pre-ranking, it's time to build your strength. This is actually gameplay, right? The final things we're going to have at the launch are going to be being able to kill people, and also and take their stuff, and also vaults, the vault going live, right? So those are the last two. They're going to probably launch together there. But in the meantime, we've got open for business and pre-ranking, and we can see that a lot of stuff's completed, right? The only thing still left, stealing cars is in development, public jail page, bust out in development, but everything else is pretty much finished. We've got a few waiting things here. Manager helper bots, manager garage, practice kill set, that's still waiting as well. But actually, we're getting closer and closer. So it's good to see that from Jacob and his team. And of course, open for business is also going to require the pre-ranking as well, because you've got Narcotics Warehouse and Booze Warehouse. So if you're owning those two businesses, then that's going to be pretty cool, right? There's 22 of these businesses on each game, Pulse Mafia and BNB Mafia. And they're in development as well. So they're just going to go live with pre-ranking. So it's a pretty major phase, very much so towards getting, going live there. Now, we're going to have Bank, Lottery, and Jackpot Hall going live as well, stage 3. And then stage 4 will be Gun Store, Hospital, Car Crusher, and Bullet Factory. they're going to go live with the game, so that we have to wait till 14 and 15 is my guess. But after we got pre-ranking, we're going to have a protocol FBI. That's a new phase, launching the FBI. You got to be careful being an FBI. As you guys know, I'm the consigliere of the directorate. We run like about 5 families or so. If you're in the FBI and you're trying to mess with us, you're going to be dead. That's all I'm going to say. We've got raid spots as well. Raid spots, that's coming up, number 12. And then communications, number 13, around marketing and promotion and things like that. So it's starting to move forward. So that is the number 1 GameFi on Pulse Chain and also playing on BNB. Very excited about that moving forward. That's going to leave us into Titanix. Titanix. We're going to talk about that too. But before we do, let's go back. So this is our Titanix here. We've got a number of things going on here. We had a big rally in Titanix, right? That was yesterday. It's only down 4% today, so it hasn't quite bounced back green, but not too bad. It actually lost a 0 yesterday or 2 days ago, and of course it's rebounded a little bit here. So we're going to check out that too. We've got DragonX at the moment down 7.7%, almost back at 8 on the ratio, pretty good. And X28 still hasn't quite closed on Titanix. Remember, X28 is the omni-chain version of Titanix. It's currently at 0.84, down 1.3% there. But the interesting one that's been really interesting today is Shogun. Shogun is up 0.5%, and the ratio is at 6,130 X28 for Shogun. So that's pretty good. But the only downside there is X28 is still sitting at 0.84 Titanix at the moment. So, you've got to take that into account as well. Now, obviously, you guys know Hydra is minted out, and the buy and burns turned off. All the buy and burns are turned off, right? Titanix, DragonX, Hydra, and that's all intentional. When they're going to be pulled on, hard to say. Obviously, with the markets down at the moment, particularly Ethereum, we may not see that upgrade for a little while. So maybe mid-March if we're lucky. We've got Helios, of course, is going over to Omnichain. Volt, of course, got a big roadmap at the moment. It's down 20% today. Must have been some seller, but other than that, the fundamentals are looking really good for Volt. Maybe a seller was just being emotional there. Maybe want to switch out to something else. Who knows? That's just my guess. I haven't checked, but that's just given the percentage down. It was over 10,000 Titanix yesterday or the day before, and now it's down at 8,300. So must have been someone moved out there. There aren't really any whales in Volt, so it's just a larger holder possibly. I'll have to go check the details, but that is indicated there. Lotus down 28%. Morpheus down 7%. Still at one third of a DragonX at the moment in the ratio. AlienX is up 8%, so nice little move up there. What else is DragonX? Baby DragonX, of course, is going over Omnichain with Helios and with Element 280. And of course, Element 280 down here somewhere. Here, they're only down a little bit there. That's going on Omnichain, and so is Element 369. So it's going to be 4 tokens at least going over there. Going to be paired up with 100 billion Uranus tokens. Of course, Uranus is the first project to be over on base chain, and of course the burn party is coming up. There's a lot of bullish things coming up for Uranus there. Now look at the ratio over to X28. That's 2.03. So that's making new highs, right? So pretty exciting there on that one. So we're going to have a quick look at that. And let's do that because that's well worth checking out the ratio there. So this could have a pretty good rally. Now I've talked about this project in depth in the past, and you can see the ratio, the price there at the moment has jumped off 60 1660, went all the way to 60 4,100. Currently at 60 almost 3,600 at the moment. It's holding up pretty well. But the important stuff potentially is the X28 rally because this is rallying. Look at that, beautiful. Basically at all-time high levels. 2.0796 is the high. We're just off that at the moment. So this is going really well. And of course, the buy and burns turned off, right? So crazy stuff there. This has got a big bright future at the moment. And of course, it's got high reflection tokens. Was it 12%? 10% goes to reflections. 2% feeds back into the buy and burn. And it's pretty cool. Genesis and other stuff. LP webbing as well. So pretty cool. Could be the next PDDC. Certainly heading in the right direction here on Base Chain, the first project on X28. Now, if it does ever get picked up by the wider base community, this thing could really run pretty hard, right? Pretty crazy. And we could see something like PDC happening there. So it's only been around for 3 weeks, early days, and slowly chipping up there. So really cool. And if we get a rebound in Titanix/X28 starts to run, maybe in a couple of days' time or something, then that price is really going to start running away, isn't it, on the old Uranus? So doing pretty well. And then, of course, all these other peers, Element 280, Element 369, Baby Dragon X, and all those are coming over. They're going to be paired up in LP pairs, so to build up the webbing and potentially add more volume and more MEV bot activity, which will benefit Uranus as well. So could really start to do some cool things there, both from the team's point of view at the buy and burn with the LP webbing. Yeah, let's see where it goes. And of course, if Titan X28 starts to rally, then man, 3 big pump mentals could be pretty amazing. Now, if you haven't joined our strategy club, the link is in the video description. Only $35 a month to get all the intel. Get in there, folks. And of course, I'm doing an update today, so get in on that one too. Now, lots of cool things coming up, of course, as you guys know. For Volt, I'm looking forward to Bitcoin Genie coming up. That's going to be leading in the world of DeFi 3.0, and also Taurus there from Crypto Graphics. Looking forward to that as well. And then we've got YVMX, which is expected to launch in mid-March after being delayed a couple of weeks there, probably due to market timing, is my guess, or something else like that. That is kind of where we are on the old Titan X ecosystem. That was just a quicker coverage today. 40 minutes on the live. How you doing? I'm doing well. Hope you guys doing well too. Yeah, don't forget, join the Discord. Links in the video description where you can. $5 a month there to join an amazing community of people. We got all the resources as well. And we've got a crypto helpline, which is pretty unique. So get on that. We've also got the Strategy Club, $35 a month. Join up to that today. It's really good value. And of course, we've also got now one-on-ones with Superman, that's me, talking about crypto and personal finance on a more one-to-one private basis. And of course, everything's confidential there. And then we've got some new offerings coming up, and that trading strategies one was just a little sneak peek of what's coming up there as well. So we've got a couple cool things coming there as well. So hit the store. The links are in the video description at the top there. What else are we going to say? What else? Have a great time. Risk management's key, and I'll talk about that too in another live stream. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Catch me on the next show that we'll be doing later on in the day. Hexavator says EHEX there. Is that a little something moved there on EHEX? Yeah, it's looking pretty good, old EHEX, isn't it? And there is the strategy link from Wookie. So definitely join up to that today if you want to join the strategy club. That's a private group within the Kryptonite Show Discord. So join up to that today. There is a link to join. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Catch you on the next show. Bye for now.